On August 29, Huawei launched its new Mate 60 Pro smartphone. This phone is so powerful it can even make satellite calls. Normally, smartphone launches do not attract attention in US national security circles, but this one did. Huawei sold 1.6 million units of this smartphone in just 6 weeks after the launch. It's expected to sell 12 million units in the first year. How impressive. But why is everyone in a hurry to get a Mate 60 Pro smartphone? Well, it's because of the 7nm chip. Huawei's Mate 60 Pro launch wasn't just about a new smartphone hitting the market. It was a strategic move. It was a comeback from stringent US export controls. The US Department of Commerce had been tightening the screws on Huawei, especially regarding its access to critical US semiconductor technology. This included everything from chips to design software and chip-making equipment. As a result, Huawei sales plummeted, although the brand still holds a significant market share in China. The Mate 60 Pro smartphone made waves because it showcased a mobile application processor chip. What's unique is that Huawei's HiSilicon subsidiary, rather than outsourcing, designed this chip in-house. This is a big deal for China, but more on this later. The manufacturing of this high-end chip happened at the Semiconductor Manufacturing International Corporation, SMIC, a Chinese company. Now you might be wondering, what's the significance? Well, in March 2023, the Chinese government initiated a bold move, positioning Huawei and SMIC at the core of the Semiconductor Self-Reliance Initiative. This led to the Huawei chip breakthrough, a 7nm chip. 7nm refers to a technology node that is one of the most advanced FinFET process nodes used in chip design and fabrication. The heartbeat of the Mate 60 Pro lies in its chip, boasting advanced 7nm technology, or N+2 in SMIC's naming conventions. This raised eyebrows in US national security circles, igniting debates about the effectiveness of US tech sanctions on Huawei. Chinese state-run media capitalized on this, boldly stating that the new phone exposed the shortcomings of Washington's tech sanctions. To fully understand the magnitude of the Huawei chip breakthrough, we need a bit of context. The US, through export controls, aim to restrict Huawei and SMIC to chip designs not surpassing 10nm and deter them from producing 5G chips. Even the Biden administration, with its October 7, 2022 semiconductor export control policy, sought to tighten the reins on advanced semiconductor manufacturing equipment. The 7nm in the Mate 60 Pro smartphone isn't merely about the smartphone, it's a window into the Chinese semiconductor industry's current and future states. While China might not have reached the global state of the art, the gap is narrowing, defying the hurdles imposed by the US state on SMIC. While the Mate 60 Pro smartphone itself may not be a major national security threat, the chip inside opens a paradox box. These advanced chip production capabilities sooner or later will likely find their way into the hands of the Chinese military, raising substantial questions about the efficacy of the US approach. In essence, the Huawei and SMIC breakthrough poses a serious challenge to the US, prompting a re-evaluation of its strategies. The Biden administration's inclination toward a multilateral approach is just getting started, but the clock is ticking as China inches closer to narrowing the technological gap. In the US, Huawei is often associated with telecom infrastructure, but it was once a trailblazer in smartphones and semiconductor chip design during the 2010s. Back in late 2018, Huawei stood alongside Apple as one of the only companies globally selling smartphones with 7nm mobile application processors. Both companies designed these chips in-house and relied on Taiwan semiconductor manufacturing company TSMC for manufacturing. The initial spotlight on Huawei in May 2019 was due to allegations of violating US sanctions by selling technology to Iran. The scope expanded to include broader national security concerns, especially in Huawei's 5G telecom infrastructure domain. The US aimed to prevent Huawei from using US technology to sidestep export controls, honing in on its chip design and manufacturing activities, encompassing not just smartphones but also base stations. The Trump administration, in a decisive move in August 2020, sealed Huawei's fate by cutting off its access not only to its chips but to any chips produced using US technology being sold to Huawei. Despite Huawei's attempt to stockpile, the controls took a toll. The impact was profound, with a staggering 28.5% decline in Huawei's worldwide revenue between 2020 and 2021. The smartphone business, highly dependent on advanced chips and cut off from 5G technology, bore the brunt. The May and August 2020 controls proved to be a significant blow, and Huawei found itself navigating turbulent waters. Now let's zoom into 2023, where Huawei's Mate 60 Pro smartphone stands as a testament to resilience and adaptability. The chip breakthrough isn't just a technological feat, it's a symbol of Huawei's ability to weather the storm. In financial terms, the revenue growth in 2023 is turning heads. The Mate 60 Pro smartphone success, coupled with the broader strategic backing, paints a picture of Huawei not just surviving but thriving in a landscape fraught with challenges. The Chinese government's role in Huawei's resurgence cannot be overstated. By making Huawei and SMIC central to a semiconductor self-reliance initiative, China has signaled a strategic commitment to bolstering its technological capabilities. As Huawei chart its course, the Chinese government is not just a spectator, it's an active participant shaping the trajectory of one of China's tech giants. The geopolitical implications are vast, with China positioning itself as a contender in the global tech race. Huawei's journey from the US-sanctioned entity to a tech powerhouse reflects the shifting tectonic plates in the global tech landscape. The traditional power dynamics are being challenged as China asserts itself in the semiconductor domain. The US is now confronted with a formidable player that not only survived its restrictions but emerged stronger. The fear in Washington is obvious, not just about Huawei's immediate impact but about the broader impact for US technological dominance. Huawei's chip breakthrough is not just a tech story, it's a riveting drama unfolding on the global stage. As Huawei backs in the success of the Mate 60 Pro smartphone, the tech world watches with bated breath. The US faces a formidable challenger, and the Chinese government's role adds layers to an already complex plot.